What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Boleros. Sam here with the Sultan of Sando, Mr. Gablim, and Mr. Mawiap. We just wrapped up our part 3 of our top 25 players of the last 25 seasons. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please do check out all 3 episodes or all 3 parts. Had so much fun doing that list, arguing over the list, and just reacting to our top 25 players. So if you haven't, please check that out. Let us know your top 25 players. But enough of that already. Let's not dwell in the past. Let's focus on the present. More
Ganda ng
importantly,
transition
the
naman yan.
future. The future of UAAP. Let's talk about Asia Basket's upcoming tournament, the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour, where we will get to see 7 out of the 8 UAAP teams. The only UAAP team that's not joining are the UE Red Warriors, who are probably still working on building their lineup after losing a ton of their star players.
Di kaya
So,
mag-go. Di kaya
Di ba?
mag-go. Di sumali.
so understandable, but guys, I'm sorry. I'm so excited about this kasi it's been a
Finally.
quiet off season.
Finally.
Finally,
Finally.
I want to get to see all of these UAAP teams play against each other. I want to see all the new recruits that we've been talking about the entire off season. And since we're going to be watching the games, we wanted to do a preview of the NSAC College Basketball Tournament. So here we are. Gab, Maui, you guys have checked out the list. Alam ko super excited kayo. You want to watch all the games. Let's talk about things that, well, maybe talk about yung reactions muna, like anything that you saw from the list that you're excited about or caught your attention. I want to start with you, Gab. Babiyahe ka pa all the way to the Blue Eagle gym just to watch Asia Basket. What are you most excited about? Anong mga nakita mo?
Well, I'm gonna be a homer. Hindi na ako magkatago. I am watching and I'm looking out for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. I want to see what this team looks like. We have not seen them play at all for 3 months since December when the season ended. Heck, even since November when the season ended, diba? So 4 months. We have not seen them play. We don't know what this team looks like, how they play. We don't know how the new pieces will fit. Will we see some Kiefer Alas? Now, given the lineup that they submitted to NSAC, they're probably gonna play a mix of their Team B and Team A. In some games, they probably will not play their main guys or their main rotation guys. But I think you'll still see a good amount of the lineup for the upcoming season, and you could probably make up your mind on who will make up that final lineup. I do hope we get to see some Kiefer Alas there, some Logan Baltazar, some of the new incoming guys, Jacob Laxon, J.M. Leal, who just came from a Final Four run with the juniors team. With the boys team. So I'm excited to watch the Ateneo Blue Eagles, and it's also exciting that they're gonna match up I think in their third game against the UP Fighting Maroons. So it's gonna be a good test. I don't think they're gonna beat UP. Malayo. I think this UP team is stacked full of talent and UAAP experience because they have a lot of transfers from other schools.
Vets.
Yeah, a lot of UAAP vets already on their roster, so I don't think they're gonna beat them. But I do want to see them at least match up or at least know how they play against top tier competition against the UP Fighting Maroons. So I want to see how Bahay and Kiefer Alas play together. I do think they're gonna play a lot together. I want to see how the rotation pans out. I do want to see the front court who's starting next to Divine Adili. Is Divina even going to be the FSA? Maybe we're going to see some Sultan Barua there, some Value Noah, who was been a long time prospect since his high school days. Uh, how is the guard slash wing rotation? This team is full of guards. This is a security agency. They have a ton of guards. Who's gonna make the rotation? I think you can shoe in guys like Espinosa, Bahay as the guys to man the point guard slot. The others is still a question mark. They have a ton of players that you can see having rotation minutes for the upcoming season. Um, Others, the style of play, they centered around of outside shooting and Kimani Ladi's jump shooting last season. I don't think they're gonna play that way this season. So how is their style of play? If you've watched Coach Tab these past couple of seasons, he's changed offensive systems nearly every season. So he ang daming bago each and every season. So I'm excited to watch that. So I'm not gonna be shy. I'm gonna be a homer for this NSAC and just try to watch how this Ateneo team is going to perform. I mean, baka mamaya wala na naman silang mapanalunan just like 2 off seasons ago. I don't think so. I think this team is a lot more decent. So Maui, Sam, I'm sure you guys are pretty interested in watching the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Yeah, ako,
Maui.
hindi maging homer, pero yeah, it has to be Ateneo. I think this is the season na wala na talagang excuses for Ateneo. I mean, they just got Kiefer Alas, probably the number one prospect from the juniors ranks, and he's been impressive. I think in scrimmages, he's also been impressive dun sa scrimmages ng high school players recently, and I think Ateneo has enough firepower this season, and it will be a big test if they can step up and become more consistent. Last year, medyo nabudol tayo eh. I mean, not medyo, nabudol talaga tayo last season when they started 4-0. But I think this season, they have enough firepower that there should be no excuses to make it to the Final Four at the minimum sa this season. But talk about being most excited, yeah, I would say it has to be yung venues. It's one thing that I'm excited. This tournament is playing in so many venues, parang home and away games, and it has to. If this is a success, then this should really bring more fans to the games, diba? I can't forget. I'm sure Gab, you also can't forget that banger at Blue Eagle Gym last season, the triple overtime banger against UST, and now we're getting games in LaSalle, we're getting games in UP, San Beda, I think also in University of Perpetual Help, and this will just bring more fans, more young fans into the game, and that excites me the most. I'm also interested to see how the NCAA teams fare against the UAAP teams. This is a tournament where UAAP teams can scout out who they can get from the NCAA teams. I mean, I have to be real about it, diba? And then some of the guys that will perform pretty well will probably be recruited to the UAAP. And this is also a venue for some of the UAAP players to scout which teams they can transfer to in the NCAA. Remember, teams like Ateneo is fielding 30 players. Teams like LaSalle are fielding 20 plus players. UP has so many prospects that you can't even that we've been saying all these years that they're 16 deep, and that's still the case this season. So yeah, generally excited just because we get a ton of college basketball back finally after 4 months of waiting after that UAP season. Sam.
Yeah, actually Maui na unahan mo ako, no? Because I wanted to talk about the venues because I do remember when we talked about things that we wanted to see in the UAAP, yung wish list natin, I mentioned yung one of the things that I want on the top of my wish list was having this home and away type of game where we get to see teams play in different school locations, diba? So that's one of the things that I'm most excited about this Asia Basket college tour, is getting to see the teams play in different gyms. I'm hoping the host, or parang the home court school fans will show up. I'm interested, let's say, in the Blue Eagle games, because I think we'll get to see Ateneo and UP play in the Blue Eagle gym. So it's literally a battle of Katipunan. So that's something that I'm really excited about. Siguro, another thing that I always look out for, not just for Ateneo, no, but for the other teams, is yung mga players coming from high school that haven't really sort of committed yet but are part of the roster. Let's just itago na lang natin sa pangalang Cabunillas tsaka Burgos. I don't think may official announcement na tayo, but I can see their names in the FEU roster. So is that a signal that they'll be joining FEU? Because if it is, then I'm really excited for FEU. They were a surprising team last year after losing out on VJ Pre. Being able to add quality guys like Cabunillas and Burgos from their high school team. After I watched those two guys kill Ateneo, my team in the Final Four, I'm excited for FEU. With that said, we sort of saw this last year. Si Collins Akoe was listed as part of the roster of NU, but but eventually moved to another team. So yun yung mga things that I'm curious to see. Gab, anything you wanna add, or any other observations for this game?
It's a good thing you mentioned FEU, Sam, and I was gonna bring that up. Are we gonna see Cabonillas and Burgos play for FEU? There's been a lot of chatter in UAAP circles that they are looking elsewhere for their collegiate careers. So it will be interesting if Sean Chambers and Mark Molina can actually keep and get the commitments of Cabonillas and Burgos. And if you've seen those two play in this past boys basketball season, they're good. Cabonillas is good. Burgos is really good. I think they have. Oh no, they're definitely wing ready already. They have skills that could already play match themselves in the UAP game. They can shoot from the outside. They're long. They're versatile. They can defend multiple positions. They can handle the ball. So I think this is gonna be priority number one for FEU. And if I'm gonna watch, if they're in the rotation, they're playing heavy minutes, it's a good sign for FEU fans. But to talk about FEU, once again, I'm actually watching for Zayn Mahmoud, because I've said this many times for the past two seasons. They need a backup to Mo Konate. They desperately need a backup to Mo Konate. Mo Konate plays the most minutes in the UAAP for two straight seasons because he doesn't have anyone to back him up. Coach Sean Chambers has no one to back up Mo Konate. They've been trying yung Miguel Ona for two seasons. It's obviously has not taken effect. It's not been effective. So we'll see if Zayn Mahmoud, he barely played in UST in his one season. So let's see if he can actually show some flashes, if he's productive, if he can play 50 to 20 minutes. I mean, he plays 50 to 20 minutes, that's enough to keep Mo Konate fresh. Diba? There are games where Mo Konate is gassed. Diba? Pagdating in the fourth quarter, wala na yung legs niya because he's been playing the entire game. So, Zayn Mahmoud is someone I'm watching if I'm an FEU fan. And FEU in general, I want to see. I think after last season, when they made their run towards the Final Four, their very exceptional run, a lot of people have pegged them that, hey, they could be a Final Four lock for the upcoming season. They were really good. And with Joric coming back, Joric bakit? Yung with Joric coming back, They have nearly a full rotation still for the upcoming season 89. And if you add the young pieces such as Caboniles and Burgos, maybe Zayn Mahmoud, more of Salangsang to get more minutes, I think FEU could really do it. They can surprise, maybe challenge for twice to beat advantage in the elimination round. Again, it all depends on whether Moncopa, Pasaol, those guys stay. I mean, VJ Prep played in Asia Basket last offseason, so we all know how that ended up. So let's hope for FEU that the lineup that they have here is full and complete by the time season 89 starts.
Grabe. I think kaya very important to me that they get Cabonillas and Burgos because they can they can raise the ceiling for FEU. I think the biggest problem for FEU, Gab, you mentioned yung key points. They have to have somebody. They have to have some sort of bench, some depth in their bench. This team probably plays their starting five the most the past 2 or 3 seasons. Baka kaya si VJ Pre decided to go to UP so he doesn't have to play 40 minutes a game. But kidding aside, yeah, I think that's very important. I've heard that si Adam Nakay has also been very good this off-season. Si Luke Felipe is, I think, another guy. If he gets healthy, could be helpful. I think he was good last off-season. So, the arrow is pointing up for FEU. Hopefully, the one shooting the arrow doesn't get some of their players this off-season. But
si Maui na gano'n pa eh. Imagery pa eh.
Oo, matapat. Yeah, kidding aside, I think FU is in prime position to become a contender in the UAAP, and it all boils down, as Gab mentioned, to them really getting some of their players from the juniors ranks and retaining their core. I mean, they have the MVP. Pasaol was an MVP also for a reason last year.
Yeah, I love the FEU pick. I think for me, siguro just out of curiosity, I want to see the NU roster. If you guys check out Asia Basket's website, si NU decided not to submit their final roster. So, hindi nakalist yung players nila. So, I'm curious, bakit hindi sila nag-submit? Why couldn't they finalize it at the same time? May last-minute additions ba? Or are they missing some key players? I don't know. So, I'm curious to see who will end up playing for NU in this tournament. In relation to that, I want to see FSA watch because remember, this coming UAAP season, they can now include 2 FSAs in their roster. So only one can play, but you can list down 2. So if you look at some of the teams like Ateneo, UP, LaSalle, they have more than 2 FSAs. So some of them have to be cut. So I'm looking forward to the other FSAs and see kung what they have in store. And I think that's one of the problems for UE, diba? Losing Precious Momoway. I'm not sure if they have an FSA backup. That's gonna hurt. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're not joining this tournament probably. Yeah, so FSA watch for me.
It's a good thing you mentioned the NU Bulldogs, Sammy, because I'm very interested in watching the NU Bulldogs for this NSAC. Because they lost a ton of pieces. They lost their main guy in Jake Figueroa. So I'm interested who is the next man up. Steve Nash is not there anymore. Jolo Manansala, who played big minutes for them, is not there anymore. Who is their main playmaker? Off the top of my head, I have no one. I don't know anyone who's actually gonna take on that mantle and be the guy. NU has always had the guy, whether it was Kian Baclaan to Jake Figueroa. They have always had one player who's the star player, their main guy. I don't know who it is. Is it gonna be PJ? Is he gonna finally, he dominates sometimes. My boy, he puts up numbers, but he's inconsistent. He gets into foul trouble sometimes, but we know the skill set is there. Is it finally gonna be Reinhard Domamoy after 3 seasons? Is he finally gonna put on his big boy shoes and be the number one guy on offense? Is it gonna be yung Tebol Garcia? Is he gonna be that number one option on offense? Because it has to be someone. So very interesting to see the NU Bulldogs. It's also
Diyan pa ba si
interesting.
Omar dyan?
I think
Nasa picture siya eh. Nasa picture si Omar John. So, I assume he's joining.
I think Omar will come back, Maui, after having a breakout season last year. I think he will come back, and I think he has a chip on. I think this NU team has a chip on their shoulder. I mean, they were the number one seed, and they lost. So
I forgot about that.
yeah, so they do have something to prove and something to fight for the upcoming season. So yeah, I'm pretty interested in how NU operates, how their lineup is constructed. They do have a ton of young prospects. They still did not play last season. Talk about guys like Makmak Alfanta, Jid Locsin. They have guys from their high school ranks, si Chad Cartel, who's probably going to make the leap to the seniors division. Mo Diasana is probably going to come back, and we're going to play that game again of Omar John versus Mo Diasana.
Hindi na. Dalawa na yung roster slots eh. So, kaya na.
Yeah, but someone's going to be the alternate. Diba? They can't play at the same time. So, we're going to play that game again. Yung Omar John versus Mo Diasana. So, let's see. This is a very interesting team, the NU Bulldogs. A lot of core players graduated. Any reaction, Maui-san?
Yeah, ako, actually, medyo malungkot kasi we haven't seen the NU lineup, and yet si Figueroa is about to go back to the Philippines. I think that's my only comment. But I'm excited to see. I think si Coach Jeff, no announcement, so it looks like Coach Jeff will still be coaching this team. I'm excited to see how they are going to rebuild.
He was still coaching their boys basketball team when they lost the lead, Game 3.
So I think we will see soon who will be up for NU. But I think the good thing about any NU lineup is si Coach Jeff has been always able to maximize them. But they were over to finally get over the hump of getting a twice to beat advantage, but unfortunately, still did not make the finals. But let's see who steps up. I would bet that si Palacielo will probably have a big season coming, and I'm hopeful. It's gonna be one of his last playing years, or is it his last playing year? I'm not sure.
Last na ata.
It is last. He season 85 yung first season niya.
So with FSAs in the fold, si Palacielo can really focus on not getting into foul trouble. So let's see what happens. Do you have any comments, Sam, for NU?
Yun na. Curious to see their roster because they lost a ton. I think one last for me for Asia Basket. Always looking forward to two things during the off season. Number one is watching the returning players. I think you talked about Zayn Mahmood, guys like si Porter, VJ Pre, Rainier Maga, guys that are returning after missing out last season. I want to see how good they're going to be for their new teams because is it worth it yung paglipat nila? So that's something to watch out for.
Panood din natin.
Si Torculas, actually, yeah, that's a good point.
And I think Denzel Walker for Letran.
Sa Letran?
Oh, and I think Mark Belmonte is playing for them already.
Mark Belmonte is also there. So yeah, returning players for me. The other one is preseason watch for us. Like, sino ang sasabog sa preseason? I remember last year, sino ba? UST eh. I'm blanking on his name. si yung
Not
stretch
Lemit.
big nila. Mark Lemit and
Crisostomo.
Crisostomo
Crisostomo.
were the two guys that we really liked during the preseason, and they were legit, 'di ba? They were legit during last season. They were two of the top guys for UST. So
They
sino
are now the
ngayon
main
sa
guys.
and they are now the main guys after losing their stars. So sino ngayon sa preseason ng who will surprise us, because that could be a sign of what's to come, or baka hype lang. Like for Ateneo, si Kyle Gamber, Asia basket legend Kyle Gamber, who shot more than 50% from three nung Asia basket last
More
season.
than
Let's see if
60, Sam.
more than
Correct you.
60%. Sorry. I apologize, Kyle Gamber. So let's see if he can keep that up this coming Asia basket. Yeah, so guys like that. Maybe someone from Adamson.
I can't
Also.
believe you guys are not discussing some key rotation situations that we're having. One for UST, who's their point guard? If you watch their games on yung Umajam
Yeah.
festival, they were starting someone by the name of Donovan Sevilla, who I think I heard it right, was a one and done that they recruited just this for this season. So they still have si Ivan Calum, they still have si Moore Ala who's been playing minutes, and
Suiko.
si Henry Suico is also getting minutes. So
Who I think
who's
will not play sa start ng Asia Basket. I heard he's going to a camp in Spain.
ayun.
Suico.
So there are four point guards potentially eyeing that starting point guard slot. That's interesting because Paranada and Padrigao, who manned the point guard slot for last season, are now out. You would think si Ivan Calum would be the heir apparent to that starting point guard slot, but his upside is kind of capped. I mean, he is Ivan Calum, but I'm interested. Sino ba ang point guard ng USD? And for Adamson, are we gonna address the fact that Cedric Manzano is not there anymore? So who takes over as their main big? They've been playing a lot of si Jonah Precious, and it seems like he has the upper hand in terms of FSAs between him and OJ Ojarikre. So is it gonna be si Alan Perez, Jaire Tumaneng, Kobe De Mesana, who I have not seen play yet yung this off season? So is it gonna be a mixture of those guys? I don't think we'll have a question about their guard rotation. Their guard rotation is already solid and stacked, but their big man rotation. Si Ray Allen Torres, I think, has really taken over as the main scoring option already for this team.
Mm-hmm.
He was amazing during the Umajam tournament. So shout out to Ray Allen Torres. We could probably have a mythical 5 silos season. I don't know, maybe. He's been amazing. So, yun. I'm gonna watch the other teams we haven't watched a lot. I mean, we've already watched a lot of LaSalle and UP. And you at this point, you mentioned nauumay na ako sa LaSalle and UP. Let's have other teams naman. With that being said, given the lineups, I won't be surprised if we have a LaSalle versus UP championship again.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it for today's episode. Just a short preview of the Asia Basket NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. We need to work on a shorter name for this tournament, Asia Basket. But yeah, excited for the first big preseason tournament of the season. To all our listeners, UAAP fans of the 7 schools that are playing, comment down below what you're most looking forward to. See you at the games, hopefully. Sana magkita-kita tayo. Don't be afraid to say hi. And we'll cover the games. We'll talk about the results of the games in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't yet, please do like this video. It helps us a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And share with your friends if you want more UAAP basketball content. And last before we go to the people of Reddit, I am reading the Reddit threads. I am not from UP Law. UP undergrad ako. Hindi ako nag-UP Law. So, thank you by the way for the shout out dun sa mga nagdi-discuss sa Reddit threads. Thank you for
Hindi
all
ganun.
our listeners and supporters of Boleros promoting us on Reddit. But I'm not from UP Law. I took my undergrad in UP. Bye-bye. See you. Ingat.